Welcome back. MikiDz podcast episode 67.
67, Jesus.
7. Time is flying.
Yeah, we're having fun.
Just having a good time.
Making the most of what we got.
That's all we got.
Yeah.
Is each other.
Sure is all we got.
How we feeling? How's everybody feeling?
Man.
Joe?
Good. My back's finally feeling better from that Twitch-a-thon that I had Saturday or Sunday.
Forgot to bring your heat back.
Shout out to I went on Twitch for 4.5 hours straight. And shout out to Chachi and Marco Pinto. I put that in the chat room and my back was cooking from that shit. And they're like, you need to get one of those back savers or body saver mats. It's like soft. And I'm thinking, well, I'm on carpet. It's like, it's like pretty squishy.
Yeah,
in
but
there.
what's under that carpet? Concrete.
Yeah,
right?
I know. Clearly the carpet wasn't enough, so I got to get one of those. But the best part, I don't really care to get much into it after this. The best part, Rell hops in. Guess when he hops in?
Oh, yeah, you already know, baby.
Guess when he hops in. Now, I'm doing a classic club set. So anything that was a club hit from like 2013 and before that.
Right. So you were playing LMFAO?
No.
Oh.
No.
That would be second best part of that.
He hops in around the 80s new wave. Because
he's in there talking about all the TIs and shit. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. We were talking about like Diaz getting down to this shit. Like the white people made this music and the Hispanics just took over it at the quinceañeras. But on this show, he said that's like his least favorite, and he canceled the 80s with you.
Right.
Of all the genres I was hitting for 4.5 hours,
and
he
that's
hops
when
in
I tapped
right
in
at that one.
And it's funny because right when I tapped in, I was with wifey, and she was like, "Yeah, this genre ain't it for me." And I said, "Yeah, this is exactly what I said." I said it was cool, but Joe was playing the hits. Like if there was, in that genre. If there was certain songs that I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna pull these songs from there. Right. Those are the tracks Joe's was playing. Like,
so how long did you last in the stream?
I mean, I had to tap. I had to go to work, or we were going somewhere, so I had to get out of it. Like we were in the midst or something.
I think Jen went to the end. Ended on some hip hop, like 2000s hip hop.
She was in there for a while. Yeah. She was in there for a while, but I was at work or something or going to work or some shit like that, and I remember doing it because I think you went on like at 11 or something like that.
Yeah, again, shout out to Marco Penta. He put in Twitter like just kind of like 10 things to go by when you're on Twitch. Gave some helpful advice, and I was gonna stop in 2 hours in. I was just gonna be done, but I noticed my numbers were up 2 hours in, and I said, well, I got to keep going and just see where this goes. And he mentioned on Twitter that you'll hit your peak around 2 hours in.
Yeah,
I don't understand it. I don't know why, but it's interesting because I literally experienced that. So I was like, well, I got to just keep rolling with it 3 hours, and then 4 hours. Like, no, let's just put the time in, get it over. Now I just got to check off the amount of days. But yeah, I thought that was an interesting. I don't know if it's a fact, but it appears to be a fact. 2 hours in, you reach your peak.
Yep.
Well, don't just graze over the 10 things. Do you have them by any chance, or can you?
I'll pull them up.
Yeah,
I'll pull them up
because that seems like something people can.
And again, shout out to him, Marco. I set up a shit. Get out of here.
He has a good setup.
I set up a dummy stream just to test some things out because I was still having some issues, and he walked me.
Figure that out.
Well, we figured it out today. He walked me through it, set up the dummy stream. I streamed for like an hour 30, and about 40 minutes in, it was like jumping and skipping again. So once I plugged back in, I was straight.
What are you using? You using the audio interface?
I'm going directly into OBS on a separate laptop, and I'm using that laptop's camera. I was also using a USB cable. I borrowed yours, remember? Because the one I have has the filter on it. Has like the little nugget.
The little nut. I
think it's called like an EMI nut. Yeah, something like that. Based on notifications, it takes 7 to 12 minutes for followers to tune in. So don't do anything crazy right away. You'll hit your average at 2 hours. And so don't make any big announcements or stories until then. There is zero correlation between production value and viewership. You don't need high quality stuff. I spent under 200 on everything. Actual content and how unique your streams are is better. If anything, audio, capitalize audio, is better than video. Let's see. Diminishing return starts at 6 hours unless you're doing a 24-hour stream. Looking into in any way benefits. The average viewer that does stay watches about 1 hour and 10 minutes if they're hooked. Yeah. So there's more to it. Check his Twitch. Yeah. I mean his Twitter feed.
And his Twitch.
Yeah, definitely check out his Twitch. He has some really dope videos in his background. But yeah, again, shout out to him. So I think we're good. We're probably gonna run another test tomorrow. And go.
When's the next time you're gonna do like an actual live? Like announce it?
Well, I'll announce it this pod airs on Monday, but I want to get in the habit of going live on Fridays at 3 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, and then Saturdays afternoon.
Okay.
Around the same time. Maybe I'll do a couple not in between, but before that, just so I can get my days up and reach, 7 days of streaming to be affiliated.
For affiliate, I think it's like something like 7 days.
Yeah, so I might throw in a few more between all that.
Yeah, it's only I think it's like 12 hours and 7 days or something like that.
Yeah, I think my hours are good.
Yeah.
Now it's just a matter of
according to your back.
Yeah. I did, and that's what's funny is that because everyone was when they jumped on, to your point is that they were doing like an hour or two. And it took them like a week and a half to get to it.
Yeah.
I did 2 4.5 hour streams. And then I think another one I did like an hour and a half and I was already there.
Oh, you were good.
Yeah, and I was good already. And I was like, oh shit. So you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
But that 4 hours, like you said, 2 hours, you're kind of like 2 and 2.5 hours, you're like, all right, I think I'm good. Because that's your normal average, headliner set or even opener, regardless of what you're doing. So you're like, all right, cool, I'm good. But you see the numbers, you see that your chat is active. You're like, fuck it, I'm gonna keep going. Why not?
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot for 3 hours tomorrow. See what happens. I got shit to do, man.
No, I feel you.
Music to work on.
Yeah, I feel you.
but it's fun though. Yeah. I mean, Saturday I was playing again. I played all that old shit, and I was like, man, I really really miss this era of music, of club stuff. And I'm not listening to every stream, but I haven't heard any streams that focus on that era, on just when people were like, it was probably the last era where people were dancing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll be doing that on Fridays or on Saturdays, and on Fridays I'll probably just do newer stuff.
There you go.
Yeah.
Is there any? I was gonna say maybe we should reach out to Marco, or you can reach out to Marco, and we can work together to formalize like a top 10. Kind of like a easy readable list, and we can talk about it on the pod.
That would be dope. Yeah.
Yeah. You know who else had a top 10 was Cleveland. Cleveland Terry. Yeah, he put it on his YouTube.
Oh, why did I miss that? I don't know if I missed that.
Yeah, he just. I mean, not just. I think maybe a week ago. But yeah, and I watched that too. Definitely helpful as well. Marco gave me help on the back end of stuff. Just we got into the tools and settings. I think that helped big, along with eliminating the filter USB cable. But yeah, hopefully smooth streams from here on out.
Props to you fighting through the issues in the first couple.
Yeah, and shout out to Sam too, because she would pop her head in. It's messing up. It's staticky. Close the door. Shit.
Get your shit together.
The first thing I was trying to text you, I just didn't know if you were like.
Yeah, and yeah, it was. And
it's hard to tell from like not being in the room.
Right?
What could be it?
Yeah, I mean, when the times I tapped in, it seemed clean.
It's fine.
Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah. So we're good.
There you go.
For now,
Rell's got his green screen going now.
Yeah, man. Speaking of dope videos,
man,
that's the Players Club.
That's a hits only production right there.
Yeah, some great videos in there.
Man, we try to. It's. I was telling Sean that I was like, man, it's gonna get hard trying to keep up and change these shits every goddamn week. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
hey, run that one back.
Yeah. Like, yo, fuck it, we just gonna use the same videos from last week.
Why not just run it for a month and then change it after that? Because I don't think anyone's saying, "Oh, I've seen this already."
Nah, we keeping it fresh, baby.
Nah, yeah.
I think put that work in.
I think for now, because it's what you call it.
They're on time.
We will probably keep it fresh, but then we'll find longer generic ones that we can use throughout time. Like, we have our own individual like animated ones that you'll see us run with our logos and shit. And those are our generic ones, and then obviously for like the theme ones, because we were like, I was like, yo, what we gonna do? I said, what we gonna do this week? I said, first of all, the cover got to be the Savage Mode.
Yeah.
I said,
that was a great
I
cover.
hit him up. I said, yo, we got to do the Savage Mode cover, right? And then I was like, what we gonna do as far as like the backgrounds, like, you know, the videos and the stream. And I was like, I was thinking about playing a movie. I said, we should play a movie, but I don't know what movie is going to keep people interested in talking and not too distracted that they want you to call it. And I was just like, And then he hit me up and he was just like, yo, we got to get, which one did you say?
I'm pretty sure it was probably Players Club.
Players
first,
Club. He was like, yo, we got to get Players Club. And I was like, yup, Showgirls.
Yeah, and then we just started rapping them off. Yeah.
I was like, yup.
I said, you seen Hustlers? He was like,
hell yeah, I seen Hustlers.
I haven't seen it yet, but I need to.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, funny thing about Hustlers, I got 200 likes on a tweet regarding Hustlers. When it first came out,
the Serato thing?
I said, yo, DJs, I'm boycotting Hustlers. Don't go see Hustlers. This movie was filmed in 2007 and they're using a Range 68 mixer. This is inconsistent. This isn't a quality movie.
Yo, I don't even think I noticed that.
Yo, and 200 people like that. It's the dumbest shit I've ever seen.
I mean, we're not going to complain about Narcos using Serato and
right? It's supposed to take place in the 80s and shit, right? Oh, man.
200 people agreed with me on that, man.
I don't know, man. I'm pretty sure I saw TTM 57 in the 80s in Narcos.
Man, listen.
Something didn't add up. They had records at least.
Oh, one more nerd thing about Twitch. I think one thing that helped me was changing the FPS from 60 to 30.
Yep.
Yeah,
because I'm using my camera in my laptop, and he thinks that has something to do with it. And we did behind the scenes tests on the tool, and it says what you should be doing, and it said we should be doing 60, but because my hard drive's like has an older processor to it. It's not an older processor. I've just had it for 5 years. It's actually an i7. He still suggested just go 30 because your hard drive just may need to be replaced at some point. Because I've noticed when I add a lot of plugins to my production, it starts cooking and choppy, and I gotta just shut my laptop down.
Yeah, maybe invest into a separate camera though, because like you're working probably.
I got the Hero 5.
Do you
Black.
have an old phone?
No. No, I got the Hero 5 Black, and I'm not sure if I can use that, but I might be able to use that.
You would have to buy, I forgot the name of the thing, but it's basically like a processor that'll take from there to there. But you could get like those like sorry. Like one of the like Chinese made webcams.
That's much better.
Oh, man.
But it's like a C920, but they're like $35.
Yeah.
And they're highly. Somebody did a review and they did a comparison between 3 cams, and it's not that far off. If it was a costing, If it's not a costing, obviously you would invest.
Well, and that's what I told him. I said, so I don't like we can figure this out, and I cannot spend any more money. I'd be cool with using what I'm using, but if this continues to be a thing, then
I mean, for an iPhone,
when you get that first check, you're gonna be like, all right, we could invest a little bit of money into it.
It make some money on
it. When you get that first check, you be like, we invest some money. Yeah, I've been thinking about getting a second camera to give it a second angle. We happen to have. Luckily, we had an extra iPhone 11, so that's what we use.
Oh yeah, nice. Shit, Sam's got a work camera. I should just use hers. I mean, a work phone.
There you go.
Yeah. I was like, what kind of camera is she doing?
Y'all recording over there.
You know.
Something for the OnlyFans, huh?
I don't see the tripod in the van.
Shout out to Serato and Beatsource Link.
Yeah.
It's official.
Give him something.
Something. Give him something.
Listen.
Yeah, it's official, man. You can stream. It is safe to stream and from Beatsource Link to Serato. Just to save us and you some time, just go to Mojax's page and look it up. There's like an 8-minute video, walkthrough video, how to use it. I haven't had any issues using the beta. Rell, I don't know if you've used Beatsource while you're streaming. I've used songs from Beatsource while streaming and perfectly fine. So, you can use the Wi-Fi while you're streaming or while you're playing on Serato. But yeah.
What a great time to have something like that available to you where you're already kind of like, you're at home. You're not really worried about like fucked up streams sometimes like add character to the story.
Yeah.
Right. If anything, you get to talk about it.
Not perfect.
A blotched, like mix is like, well, that was funny.
I fucked that up.
Fuck that up. Well, and so it's not really about the whole like being perfect the entire time, unless you're like this 90s old head that just doesn't get over it. But we're way past that, I think, on streams. And like Beatsource is like probably the dream, for many DJs who, whether you've amassed an amazing collection or not,
It's a great start for Beatsource because there's so much more needs to be done. Like we said before, they need to figure out a way to add intros. They need to set up a locker so you can go offline, and then set up a big enough locker, because I know a lot of guys that do private events need like 1,000 songs just in case.
I'm glad you said that, because Styles did an interview with Cleveland Terry and explained all that, answered a lot of questions.
Okay.
And he did do that. There are lockers they come with, depending on what tier you pay at. You have lockers. I said right now, I think right now their cap is at 100 songs.
Yeah.
Right.
That you can have a locker in, and you can spin offline, store offline.
Yeah. So right now, use what you have, and if there's something you need and don't want to download, put that in the locker.
Yeah,
well,
exactly.
And from day one, they've always told you like this isn't to replace your library. This is
to
absolutely supplement your steroid. Right?
You can't integrate your Beatsource with your normal. They can't do that yet, but that's obviously a feature that they're planning on using in the future.
Right. You can't drag your Beatsource songs into whatever crates you have set up.
Exactly. It's going to be in your own Beatsource like folders and whatnot. He answered a lot of questions that I didn't even know that they already had implemented into this new.
If it's not Mojax, go to Cleveland Terry's page. Both of those guys are very informative when it comes to the latest stuff with DJ related questions and equipment and all that.
And they do have intro versions now.
Oh, they do.
Yeah, that's what Styles was saying when I was watching the interview, and Styles was saying that they do have intro versions.
And it has nothing to do with like the legwork. It's strictly the labels.
Exactly. Just giving permission
to have an intro version available on a DSP, because this isn't a record pool as much as it is a digital streaming platform.
Exactly.
Yeah, it technically is in competition with iTunes, but it's not for the general consumer. It's for guys like me and you who just DJ. And again, I learned over the weekend that there is another pool out there that has a license to the two songs.
Mm-hmm.
I won't say who because I'm not here to promote them, but DJcity or Beatsource has license to all the songs. I saw Evil One, shout out to him. He said, is it me, or is it hard to find some of these songs, or do none of the pools have some of these songs, these, Sony songs?
Yeah.
And like Sony, and I'm sure other labels are going to start putting the clamps on what they can send out to the record pools, or what the record pools can promote. And if Sony sees that it works, the other pools are going to catch on.
Yep.
And so, but with Beatsource, you can find the #1 song in South America on Beatsource. You can't find it on any other pool except for that one. But yeah, so check that out. There's a 30-day free subscription.
Yep.
30-day trial subscription. And get used to it. It's the future.
Yeah, this is like Mickey was saying, this is the perfect time to really test something like that out and utilize it and know how to, jump around it and get your shit together with it, because this is the future.
Yep.
Probably won't be in the user standard for a while now, but this was going to be the future.
Like everything else, man, it takes time.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and speaking of the future, it seems like we're getting closer to full club capacity. Texas, shout out to Jason Craig, said they are at 50% now.
Man, I'd kill somebody for 50% capacity right now.
and shout out to CRG.
I feel like that's counterintuitive to the.
Yeah, bro. That's not how we make progress.
I'm not going to that party.
Rell's there? I ain't going.
Nah,
the Black Air Force is on.
He's gonna kill this shit.
He's shooting everybody.
Just the party. Yeah. And shout out to CRG. I saw they had 5. Shout out to him as well at Summit in Austin. And he said tables were packed, masks were on, and it was just nonstop partying.
Is it only
masks were on?
Is it only bottle service?
At this point, I think for anything that's open, it's bottle service.
only,
Yeah. Or if you just have a table, it's
I'm not risking
at a bar.
my health for your $2 beer.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But yeah. So we'll keep an eye on that. Obviously, we know everything in Miami's open and people are catching it. I don't know. Probably catching it.
They're catching more than the Rona.
Yeah.
In Miami. Still be in Miami.
Yeah, so we're gonna keep a close eye on those guys. You know, we have our Texas people checking in with us, keeping us fed with information.
And all the MLB stuff is going on out there, right? All the baseball.
Yeah, did you mention that they're gonna allow people to go to the games?
Yeah, so they sold tickets to the.
Well, hopefully the Dodgers put them away today.
Yeah, speaking of which,
what's the score?
They were up 7-2, I think, before we started recording this. So hopefully they close it out, and which they would then go where?
I actually don't know where they go from here. I don't know if they stay in Texas and the Braves come, or they go.
No. They would meet the Braves in Texas.
Oh, okay.
In Arlington.
Okay.
And then that's where the
National League. Yeah, it's the National League Championship.
NLCS.
NLCS.
That's where I was getting lost. So the NLCS is being held in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
They sold tickets to that. Marcos, shout out to Marcos, our trainer. He bought the tickets ASAP, and I want to say what he said was like you had to buy 4 tickets. So I think your party stays together,
right?
And then from there there'll be some sort of a separation tactic amongst everywhere else, and then there's a couple different levels. But apparently the NLCS sold out in a couple minutes, and then the World Series they sold at the same time, and that was gone pretty fast.
Mm-hmm. They're doing the World Series in Texas too.
Yes.
Wow.
So that's where to go.
Yeah. I think a quick sports take. I think the Yankees need to win. They need to beat the Rays because they need the story, the sports story, the rematch with the Astros, because the Astros
that's why
knocked them out the year they were cheated.
Oh my god!
And you know, a lot of people really believe that
kind of wearing
that Yankees. A lot of people believe that the Yankees were cheated before the Dodgers were cheated that year because they felt the Yankees should have won it all that year. So that makes the story even juicier.
I think so too.
Well, fuck the Astros.
Sure.
All in general, you know what I mean?
No disrespect. All disrespect.
Yeah.
We're not saying fuck Houston. We're just saying fuck that.
What was it when they were showing everybody's averages? We're like, oh, it's a lot harder when you don't know what's coming.
Hey, wow.
Hey. No, they're on fire right now.
Right now they're doing our. Yeah,
they're on fire. And well, they feel comfortable in Dodger Stadium.
So are the Dodgers.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, Dodgers are.
But you think the A's could walk away with that?
No, the A's just lost, so they're out.
Oh, that's right.
So the Astros have to play the either the Rays or the Yankees.
That's right. I didn't even check the score to that game.
Yeah, yeah, they demolished them.
A's won that last game, and I was like, "Oh, there's hope."
But you see how many runs they had to put up 9 runs just to beat the like. And I put on Twitter. Typically, the saying is the best offense is defense. With the Astros, it's flipped around. The best defense is offense. Bro, you got to keep scoring until they just can't score anymore.
Them fools.
I mean, no one said they weren't good. They just didn't need to cheat.
Yeah, there was no point for it.
Yeah, you guys are really good. All right, moving on. This was dope. Shout out to Jason over at Double Down, Jason Weiss. He shot this over to me. This is a Hotel Moxy in Tempe.
Oh yeah,
it's called A Night at the Moxy, and they sold this event out. It's 2 days. You get a room for 2 days, up to 4 people, and every room has a balcony. And when you look out the back balcony, there's a whole stage and concert set up for Elefante on night 1 and Dr. Fresh on night 2. So you're going to get a lot of EDM. But I think they're also going to use bands to open or whatever. But typically, you have a live show right outside your hotel room, and this sold out as well. I think it sold out pretty fast. It was $780 for the weekend. And this is happening October 16th and 17th.
That was for the whole group, or that's each person?
For the group.
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
Food is not included. So if you're young, You split your money up.
You're gonna go eat
couple
Subway
hundred
anyways.
ahead.
Still got something left in the EDD.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Wristbands, 2 nights.
It's two.
Yeah.
It's 2 different weekends, right?
No, it's
just
one
one
weekend.
2 days, 1 weekend.
2
2 days, one weekend. Got
weekend.
you. Okay.
Yeah. So, what do you guys have any thoughts on this? I think it's a great idea. I think these guys are figuring out a way, and it could, to some degree, be the future of having like an exclusive type of. Because when you get to stay in your hotel room, you can get into a lot more trouble or whatever fun when no one can see whatever you're doing. So if you want to pop as many bottles, or if you want to invite hookers over, or just do whatever.
What kind of party do you
I've been to a few.
Man, what the hell?
I've been to.
That took a real dark turn.
Yeah.
I was just saying,
man don't
let
drink.
let your imagination run wild with this, fellas. Like, you can really make the most of this experience.
I think it's a dope way.
Or did I jump on the horse?
I think it's a dope way to adapt to your settings, or you know what I mean, your environment. Obviously, what we're going through with this whole pandemic. I think it's a dope idea. I think it's a great idea. I'm curious to see how it's going to pan out and what people's experiences are going to be like.
Yeah.
And you figure if you're sold, I don't know how many rooms, but if you're sold out on that weekend, that whole weekend, and it's because of Elefante and Dr. Fresh.
Yeah.
I mean, no offense, but they're not Aoki or Diplo.
Like I was saying, imagine if you put those.
That's pretty impressive.
You can easily sell rooms for
those
$2,000.
people are there to see those artists, is what I'm saying. Like, they're not there just to flex or do whatever.
What hotel is it?
Hotel Moxy in
Moxy,
Tempe.
that's right.
Moxy is in a Tao group?
Tao group?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think so. I've never heard of them part of Tao. I could be wrong.
Because there's Moxy's in New York and
Texas, I think.
Oh, maybe I got that wrong. Probably got it wrong.
Maybe the Dream.
There's another one. I think it's Mox. I don't know. We'll look into it. But I mean, it's a really creative idea. I think at the end of the day, like, if you putting people in a room, let's call it the 4 people. At that point, like, it's low maintenance in regards to like probably what you need for staffing.
Yeah.
They're kind of responsible for each of themselves in the rooms. And so, I mean, I don't know how they check who's in the room, but.
There's got to be a wristband situation. There's got to be like a section or, a list of a number of rooms where it's like, all right, if you're going to this room, you got to show your wristband, or you got to tell us what room, someone to monitor.
Elevator, you just, like the club, like, yo.
Yeah, exactly.
What room are you in? And then this is where you're allowed.
Yeah.
So, the orgies can happen on whatever the floor
whatever you want. Things happen, Mike. Yeah. So, hopefully we hear more about this and we can share the experience, whether it was good or bad.
We should all go to one. I don't know about that, but like something like that's
similar to like that.
Yeah, maybe a drive-up concert. I don't know.
Without the hookers.
No hookers.
I'm good on that.
Are you sure?
You brought it up. Sure.
Anything you want to tell us?
Well, I'm thinking about our listeners. Maybe they're into the hookers.
We can bring our significant others.
Yeah, but then that's 8 to a room. Two couples got to go.
We get 2 rooms.
Could do that. Yeah.
All out, Joe. What the heck?
Yeah, what you doing, man? Come on, you twitching now. Spend some of that Twitch money.
He's like, Twitch yet. That's the problem. I'm twitching.
I'm not an affiliate yet, bro.
Yeah.
You'll be there by the time we buy tickets.
Yeah.
You're going to be there this weekend.
Sure.
All right. Well, speaking of gigs, Joe, have you reached out to any bookers or people, or just staying in touch?
I put it out to a few. I think I said this on the last episode. I said I had talked to someone about a booking, and they said it's just because I thought I was gonna be in Houston for Thanksgiving weekend, which is typically a busy and long weekend. And I said, hey, I'm be out there. Are they paying for a traveling DJ set? He said, no, just local rate. I don't know, $400 or $500, something like that. And I said, that's cool. I don't want to take, because that could, if it's a local rate, the locals should get it.
Exactly.
I'm not going to be greedy, and especially at this point where some guys probably really need it, and I don't need to go into another city and do that. So I left it at that. But yeah, I feel like there is, we need to do a quick etiquette check on how you reach out to someone. And, if it's someone you haven't talked to in a long time, expect a hard curve, or expect, them to not have much for you. But at the same time, you got nothing to lose.
Yeah.
Nobody has anything to lose. Understand, everyone's clicked up right now. They're going to feed their own.
Mm-hmm.
So if someone tells you no and they say, look, I got mouths to feed, I got guys, I got my residents. You got to understand that and just continue to try to figure out a way, or be patient, be cool. Check. And another way you can get in cool with these guys is when they're twitching or when they have a mix going. Repost the mix, replay the mix, jump in on their Twitch, let them know you're making an effort to be down with what's going on and letting them know you want to be involved.
I don't know. If you're not a good DJ, don't give subs to my Twitch, please. I don't want that kind of pressure.
You can give subs to my Twitch.
to get a slot on a globalization. I gave you $30 worth of subs, man. Let me get a slot.
Up? Can I get put on?
Be like, yo, this dude over here, give me 60.
Selling slots.
Yeah, don't enable that.
I'm auctioning this shit off.
Okay, so disclaimer: just because you give subs doesn't mean you're gonna get booked on globalization or at the club.
It's going to the highest bidder.
But it
helps your odds in case you do want to give subs on Dainjazone's Twitch
or Rell's.
Hey, let me tell you right now, when we or I or whoever's picking the DJs to be on globalization, more than ever, I'm checking to see who's supporting us the most.
Absolutely.
Whether you're a no name, and no offense, but whether you're a no name or you're someone big, and you're supporting the shit out of us, I'm checking. I'm probably also gonna check in on your mixes to see, okay, this how good is this guy or girl. And then if I see you got skills or talents there, I'm gonna want to, throw you a lob and say, hey, let's get you a slot. Let's make sure you get heard, get you some followers or whatever comes of it. Let's get you the opportunity, basically. And shout out to Sophenom. She was incredibly grateful.
Yeah, she was.
For that opportunity. I mean, you thought she hit the lotto. She was so appreciative of that opportunity. And again, Audio One checked in on the YouTube video and definitely express appreciation again. So we're not asking you guys to come back and tell us how grateful you are, but we can kind of tell the way you promote your mix. If you're not checking in after the fact saying thank you.
Send DJ Dainjazone some, edible arrangements or something as a thank you.
Yeah.
To the Mag Park.
To the Mag
Send it to the Mag Park.
With Dainjazone's name on it.
Yeah, we'll save
There's
it.
There's a fruit basket down there. I don't know how much fruit is left, but the basket's still there.
The basket is there, Joe. It's edible.
Yeah, but I keep my eye on who checks, who listens, who reposts. And look, man, we're here to promote everybody.
100%.
So, but with all that being said, do you guys have any advice for the proper etiquette reaching back out to bookers?
I mean, it's hard. It's tough right now because, like you said, if you haven't spoken to this person in a while, like you already gonna come off like, what do you want? Like the booker's like, what do you want?
Yeah.
You know what I mean, like, even if I am just trying to shoot the shit or just trying to see how you're doing, how is that not going to be taken as genuine? You know what I mean? Like, how do they assume that I'm not being genuine about it?
So then you go like this, just to give people some help. This is how I would do it. And this is kind of how I would want people to talk to me, because I don't have time for, the formalities. What's it called?
The foreplay?
Foreplay, yeah.
That too.
Foreplay too.
That too.
Don't have time for that.
That works. All right.
Only on the weekends with my girlfriend.
Only on the weekends.
Rell.
Weekdays are rough.
Rell, we're busy during the week. She's exhausted from her job.
Oh, man.
So if I were you guys, I would say, hey, I see venues are opening. I know you handle bookings for X, Y, and Z. I'd love to throw my hat in the ring and get the opportunity to DJ if the opportunity comes for you to spread the bookings out, and just something along those lines.
No.
Why not?
No. Absolutely not.
Go.
Like, if you never met this is a person that you never met before?
Absolutely not.
Go ahead.
Joseph, there is no way you can bring up that slots are opening up, and like, that's so rude.
No.
Yes, I understand the part of the formalities, right? Like, get straight to the point. But I think you're better off. Again, sorry. I would advise. I don't know. I think I'm trying to get away from the you should and we should, and there's nothing that you should do. But I would advise that possibly the best way to approach something, if you're looking at it as not just like a one night stand to your gig, right? If you're not getting foreplay only on the weekends, that you would want to establish the relationship that we've preached on here many of times. And really the discussion is, hey, just wanted to reach out, make sure, you know, I don't know if there's anything I can do. And again, I'm just kind of throwing this out there, so it might not compose well, but I think you're better off checking in and being straightforward in the sense of, I know we work along the same lines in the same industry, and obviously if there's opportunities, I would love to be part of that, but I'm not checking in for those reasons. I'm just checking in because it's been a while since we last talked, and I just wanted to touch base and circle back and, you know, check in how you and your family are, and you know, that's it. Zero expectations versus throwing in your hat when you might not even be a thought of a hat. If that makes sense. And
see that's
because that puts pressure.
That's what I envisioned the approach would be. But then that brings you back to my question: is like, if I'm the booker receiving that, how do I know that you're being genuine about it?
That you can't worry about that on shooting your shot.
So when I envision this conversation, I envision a relationship already there.
Okay, then that's different.
That's why I'm asking.
If I don't know you and I said, hey, I see bookings have opened up.
That's different.
Don't do that. No, because I am thinking of a specific example, and I don't want to put anybody on blast. But I am thinking of, so that's what I have in my head. But yeah, do everything you said, and then
do everything you said,
and throw your hat in the ring, assuming there's a relationship there.
That's where I might have. I apologize. I didn't read the same thing. I think where I saw, even if there was someone I had a relationship, let's call it pre-COVID. Pre-March 16th. It's kind of how I think of it. Like, and I haven't spoken to them since fucking March 16th.
Or
I'm going to feel awkward to just be like, yo, I saw your restaurant or your lounge or, you know, whatever. They're booking some DJs who I might feel that could or was getting paid what I was getting paid type of thing. So you feel like, okay, that means that either their money is up or that person is taking less. Let me inquire a little bit, right? And then even then, I would kind of feel uncomfortable because I haven't spoken to them since, right? Because there's no I scratch your back, you scratch mine. And so I think where being able to rekindle or bring back the relationship and the flame is where it's just like, yo, hope you're well. Or it sounds stupid as fuck, but like even like, I don't know, man, like a meme or like whatever. Like, I don't know. There's just different ways to connect with people on a human level than the actual work side.
Well, each relationship, I would say, is different.
100%.
Like there are some guys I'm really cool with, but I'd be hesitant to start off with a meme just because of the dynamic of our relationship. Because I've never sent this. Let's just use this as an example. I've never sent this guy a meme, it's like, all right, I feel like I might be forcing it.
Yeah. I ignore Dazzler's memes all day.
Well, but what I would do also is, you want to set up the long play. Mm-hmm. Don't ask this guy anything. Instead, repost his mixes. Just, you know, tapped into this guy's mix.
That's the best way to go about it.
Tap in on his Twitch. Always be there in on his Twitch, sending emotes, you know, kicking it with, you know, conversations. Let him see you. Let him get comfortable with you. And I know just my experience with DJs or people that I know may or may not want something from me. If I see them enough before they really ask for anything, I'm a little bit warmer to you than you coming up, you know, cold, just like, hey, you know, and again, I'm not saying what we said before is wrong because you know, you want to get to it. The booker knows you want to get to it, and you kind of have nothing to lose if you go about it in an appropriate way. And again, I wouldn't recommend if you don't know the guy at all. But if you have a past relationship with him or it's just been a while, but you guys used to work together, cool. I would, you know, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Again, each conversation depends on the dynamic of your relationship with the guy. But I would strongly recommend reposting mixes, checking in on the Twitch. If you know he's a part of a crew, repost the crew's mixes. So because your name will come up at some point. I don't know how long, but if you keep doing it enough, think, yo, you know, that one guy's always supporting my shit.
Right.
And that's all we want is for everyone to support each other as opposed to just what can you do for me?
Or what have you done for me lately?
Or what have you done for me lately?
Miss Jackson,
True.
if you're nasty.
Yeah.
True.
So yeah, hopefully that was helpful. Oh, that's on you? Oh, I thought that was this. I'm like,
Yeah, I
wait,
was like,
what?
okay.
You controlling that from your phone? And
We had to
Man.
bring the good vibes.
did you guys read into what this guy made from it? Like, I know he got a shitload of Ocean Spray. Like, did he get any money off of this or sponsorship?
So we can get into it. This is just.
It's just grooving, man.
Nobody thought this shit was groovy before that TikTok.
No, it was, but
Just
nobody.
nobody wanted to listen to it because it's like old ass
I got the
song.
live version of this shit, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, but you guys know the parties that I do, so of course I got this shit.
You do.
You
Wow.
play this in Tennessee?
Did I play this in Tennessee?
This is a
I think
fun
I
way.
did.
It's a great
Actually.
way to just start the day.
I think I did play this in Nashville.
Yeah. Morning vibes.
Yeah, cook breakfast naked, do whatever you want.
Well, you got a 13
This track is
running
like
around
at the top, it's like at top 10 right now on Billboard, right?
because of him.
Because of him?
Yeah. So it's climbed the charts, of course. Fleetwood Mac, Dreams.
Mm-hmm.
Big shout out to Dogface. What is it? 208.
Something like that. 209,
208.
You know how to find him. Just put
Yeah,
in
just
dog
put
face.
Dogface.
Dogface.
I'm pretty sure I think he had 420 on his IG before, but I think he kept that only on his TikTok. But man, what a story for this guy. And he constantly was referencing Gary Vee on like the kind of just put out content vibe. And I think
Amazing.
when I saw it for the first time, he was at either 150 or 200K. And I think this
Followers
morning,
or the
Followers.
videos? Oh.
and I think the video that because somebody else posted his video prior to him posting the video on his Instagram, but they got it from TikTok.
They got it from TikTok, yeah.
Because it blew up on TikTok first, and I think that one got 3 million something in the first day.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And then, but I think he was 150 or 200K on IG, and I checked today he was at 1.5 million.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
And the last couple, and again, like maybe he doesn't fall into the stereotype choreography dancer look. He kind of fits the
Cholo.
yes.
Yeah.
Cholo. I mean, we grew up in the neighborhood, and
Is that safe for him to say?
he's got a feather on his the back. Of
That
his
shit
head.
hard.
It's hard,
That
right?
shit is hard.
Yeah.
And so he's in Idaho,
So he's probably Native American.
possibly, yeah. And so he was just always just grooving and dancing and just good vibes. And it seemed like this one just happened to catch at the right time. I guess his car broke down or something was a story.
Yeah.
And jumped on a skateboard and just
He
kind
was
of
late for
vibed out.
work.
Late
So
for
that
work.
was his
and
way to
just
work
vibed out.
and just made it a
And so
vibe.
it's amazing to see the impact. And I think the reason why we wanted to bring it up the most is because just a second ago we were talking about Trump banning TikTok and any
Yeah.
deals happening with them, and
Mm-hmm.
that app would be gone
That
by
shit ain't
now.
going nowhere.
And
Now it's not.
they struck a deal, which I think was Walmart and Oracle were like the big stakeholders in it.
Yeah.
And then this song or this video takes off, and Fleetwood Mac 40 years later has a Billboard charting song,
Mm-hmm.
and I believe their streams went from 40,000 a day to about 105,000 a day.
Listen,
Yeah.
y'all need to cut Dogface a check. Fleetwood
Yo,
Mac.
Pay that man.
and
Pay that
and I
man.
was gonna say, beyond Ocean Spray, who did give him a brand new truck filled with Ocean Spray, kind gesture, but
Sounds like diabetes.
we all know it's kind of it could turn into a little bit of a
He's going
marketing play.
He's gonna flip all that Ocean Spray.
So
I would.
shoot, right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Come on,
How
kids.
are you gonna consume all
And
of
because
that?
it's from me, $20 a month.
Yeah, sign it. No,
Right.
sign the
And
bottle.
sign it?
Behind the bottle.
Yeah.
50. Exactly.
But it did seem like they were filming more content with him, so maybe a commercial's in the near future. Maybe there's a check involved with that. Hopefully,
I don't think anything's gonna hit the same though.
for
If anything, you see it and you're happy for the guy.
So-
You say, you know what?
absolutely,
So
he got
absolutely.
paid.
Yeah, I agree with you on
I'm
that.
gonna agree with you, but check this out. So I'm not saying that this was a paid ad. I'm not saying it is what it is. But the post after the big hit, besides a couple of Ocean Spray posts, was Justin Bieber and Chance the Rapper's song "Holy," who's got a budget to properly place that song in a certain heat of the moment,
Yeah.
right? And he is averaging, I believe the last I checked, it had about 900,000 views on that latest post. So that is a huge ROI regardless.
Yeah.
And I'm sure by now, at least for now, he's probably got the leverage to be able to charge 50, 100, 200K to just post himself singing along.
Yeah.
Good for him, man.
About TikTok being owned by Oracle and Walmart. You said Walmart, right?
I believe so.
So this is where this is my question lies. China was paying these influencers to do what they were doing, right? Keep dancing, we'll keep paying you guys. They were shelling out billions to influencers.
Okay.
Right?
I'm not sure on that.
To my knowledge, that's how it works. So my question is, now that, a couple American companies opening, are these influencers going to continue to see checks from TikTok? Because to my knowledge, the way TikTok worked was the opposite of Instagram. They want you to be seen. They want you to be liked and viewed.
Well, the algorithm technology is what people were kind of like fussing about in regards to like, it would expose a lot of the posts to the most expressions or impressions. I'm sorry. Impressions. And that created this like, lot of things being seen versus being hidden. And like IG wants to get paid if they're gonna show your shit.
Yeah.
And TikTok is the opposite because they're building all that traffic. And obviously, as an influencer, somebody, if you have, call it 1 million followers on Instagram, but you're getting 20,000, 30,000, 40,000 likes, and then only 200,000 views on your video, but then you go to TikTok and you have 100,000 followers, but you're getting 1 million, 2 million views on your shit. Obviously, you're going to start putting a little energy or more energy into that. And then, of course, it's turned into businesses for a lot of people. So I think it's going to be interesting. I don't think the business structure changes much.
Okay.
I think the main issue was a lot of the business being operated out of China and the intent of the data that they were trying to get. Because right now, man, the most expensive thing in the world is data. Like, people are buying that shit. So it's a scary world. But, you can watch the social, what is the social experiment? What's it called?
Social dilemma.
Social experiment. That's another one.
Yeah. And, okay, moving on. I couldn't think of a smooth transition out of that.
It's okay. You're on Twitch now. That's what you gotta do.
Mickey, I know. MikiWAR and DJ Rell.
Yeah.
Well, no, your mixes with Double Down have already aired at this point. We should have talked about it last week. But nevertheless, you guys are on tomorrow, right? We're recording this Thursday.
Yeah, but you can catch the replay, I'm sure.
On Double Down's Podomatic iTunes channel.
Indeed.
Yeah. And
I didn't know we were DJing the same.
I didn't know this either.
Yeah.
We didn't coordinate.
We didn't
whatsoever. So
you guys are wearing different
clothes. I'm not
going
to even ask for your playlist.
Yeah.
We'll just, it's done. It's been submitted.
Yeah.
Well, there was no complaints, right?
No.
They didn't say anything to you?
No,
then you guys are good.
But sometimes you don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
They probably been like, these two assholes.
Like, we ain't booking these motherfuckers.
Hey, but you guys know what you got to do. You got to promote.
Yeah.
You guys got to promote now.
They promote.
They promoted.
They promote. I'm saying you two have to promote, or you're never going to get let back on that platform.
I reposted.
I reposted every single one.
I reposted every single one, and I'm not even in the mix.
Just because they tag your ass in there. So what the fuck you tagging him for?
Yeah,
he ain't in this shit.
Because they want me to promote. Hey, man, it's all family.
It's all family.
All familia. Never me, always them.
Always them.
Just kidding.
Never us, always him.
How was your set? Was it a good set? It was a great set.
I hope it was good. We'll see.
What'd you do? Hip hop? House? Everything?
I made it slightly better than our MikiDz ones.
You know I do my...
No, but you guys are pretty... You guys' sets are good on MikiDz.
No, but see, that's what it is because I did a little bit of a mixture of what I do in the MikiDz set because I feel like we highlight our guests so much that I think a lot of our audience will listen to the guests and then be like, I can listen to these niggas any other time, right? So it was just like, all right, cool. I got a time to be in I got the opportunity to actually be in that spotlight on someone else's, show.
No, I get it, but I really think our listeners are at a loss if they don't tune into your guys' mixes on the MikiDz radio because they really are different and I'm saying this because, again, talked about last episode, the last so many years or 1 to 2 years, every time I heard you guys, it was all hip hop sets. Yeah. So you've done like a classic vocal house set, and with like Dead Mouse's you and I, stuff along that. I told
Sean I was going to do that
stuff
shit.
along that energy, and I like damn near the whole mix was like that, and I really enjoyed that. And then you mixed in the newer stuff, and again, I don't even hear that on your Twitch. Yeah. So if you ever get a chance to hear any of us, I think on MikiDz Radio, trust that we're giving you something we don't normally do. So we really look forward to giving you something special. And if you're saying your double down mixes are even better, well then hell, I'm in there. Put me down 2 times.
Really slapped his knee for us.
Oh man,
air on that.
No, but that's real talk though. Like our mixes are really dope because we put a lot of thought into them, and it's just because we have fun.
We have fun. It's definitely great to experiment with shit that we don't get to play often and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, like I said, my mix personally is not nothing that you haven't heard from me, especially with this. I just took the opportunity to be like, cool. I'm under the assumption that you know us personally, so you'll be like, yo, I'm gonna listen to this shit because these guys don't play that shit often.
Yeah.
Someone else listening to it might be like, if I don't hear his shit, if I don't hear one of our stuff this week, I can hear it again next week or the following week or whenever, as opposed to hearing whoever our guest is at that time.
Right.
You know what I mean? And we shine the spotlight more on our guest than we do ourselves. So this was a rare moment that Miki and I were in the spotlight ourselves. So I'm just like, cool, I'm gonna take this opportunity to do the shit that I don't normally get to, do that we normally do on our show and do it on someone else's show.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's what my shit was. It was, but I stuck to my, my groovy house type stuff.
Did you play a Fleetwood Mac remix?
I didn't, man.
The only, I'm sure they're out now.
They're flooded all over the place. So I don't even want to touch it.
I haven't seen it, so that's why I'm saying I'm sure they're out. But the one that was brought to my attention from I think it was Jason was a Mega Man and Panic City one that was done like 5 years ago.
Oh, like long before this was like
way before it was a thing. And I was like, oh shit, I used to like playing that, so I got to check my crate see if I still have that one.
Damn, I wanted to sneak it in one of the sets too. I kept forgetting.
I still have my mix due with DJ Bliss, who is our next DJ. DJcityZone. If she doesn't play it, maybe I'll. Nah, because then I'll be too trendy. I want to be underground. Fuck that. I ain't gonna play that shit.
She sent you her playlist already?
No, not yet.
Hopefully you get it sooner than I did.
Yeah. Shout out to Angie V. We love you.
No, fuck that. Shout out to me for getting it done the next day.
Shout out to Miki for getting it done in the 11th hour, the 11th and 59th minute of the hour.
Emailing this guy at 1 a.m. Like, oops, sorry.
Yo, I finally got it. Here it is.
I got it 8 hours ago. Figure this shit out.
Oh man.
No, we're just giving shit. Great job, Angie.
Yeah. She killed it.
She always does though.
She loves her house. She was definitely like, I can see where she really enjoys where she really enjoys.
Which is crazy because I mean, in my personal experience, I haven't heard her play none of that stuff on her Twitch.
Really?
Would you tap into quarantine gardens? She drops all the classic house.
Really? Maybe
in regards
that's what
to
I
the
missed.
newer stuff, I maybe she mixes it up a little.
I try to tap into her every time, or whenever I get notified that she's on, or I happen to be on Twitch and I see that she's on, and I'll tap in for a little bit and see what she's on. But I haven't really. I know that she's kind of known for that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And I haven't really heard her get into that bag.
You know, it's funny. She said, "I'm so grateful you sent me this globalization spreadsheet because I have a hard time keeping up with the newer music because we just don't usually." Typically, we use the club to tell us what could work and what doesn't work. You know, on Twitch, you can play anything. And then if you don't listen to radio, and even with radio, you're hearing the same shit. But, you know, the music grades and globalization tells you what's new every month.
Exactly.
Or what they think or what they know is hot.
Yeah.
A, B, and C. So I say, bookmark that shit and just they keep updating it. So, yeah, that's another little nugget for our guest DJs is keep the bookmark of the globalization grades.
Oh, yeah. You reference that all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, especially since we in clubbing, just throw it in Twitch, see how it feels. Twitching with Rell.
Speaking of Twitch, are we doing this? 3 questions? 2 questions? 1 question?
Man,
what you got? I want to do all 3?
Whatever you want, man.
Start off with the first one, which was the easiest.
You got all this time to think about it. It's like, man,
bro, I have a pod to do. Yeah, nothing came up in my head.
I'm sorry, Joseph.
Maybe something to pop. Maybe I'll give you a lazy answer. Quick lazy answer.
All right. First question is the first question that went off last night was a celebrity that you get told you look like all the time or often or that you have in the past.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
You got told you look like Jake Gyllenhaal? Nigga?
I had a
never
student.
heard that.
Students have called me a few names. Let me try.
Did
I have
they
to
forget
think.
their glasses at home? Or?
Were they legally blind?
Maybe they saw the jaw structure
Good movie.
No, I can see it. I can see
and the
it.
eyes.
blonde.
the eyes.
I can see it. They gonna get these jokes off though.
Feel free.
Any opportunity.
Yeah.
That was it.
That's
that
it.
was the only
I
person.
might think of another one.
When I was younger,
no.
it was always Ludacris. And then more.
I don't see that.
Without
Maybe
the
if I
facial
saw
hair,
something.
without the facial hair, trust me, it was there. And then now, I get either Big Sean or Bryson Tiller, but I only get the Bryson Tiller one when I wear my hat for it.
G-Eazy.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's a big
I can
one.
see that
Easy.
one.
That's a
I can
big
see that one. We literally saw y'all standing next to each other at the airport.
Oh yeah.
I swear to God, where there are some situations where we're both there, and there are people that are like, okay, so I went to QC's 2020 or whatever it's called now. He was performing, and I was there just to connect with Dirty Draw. Shout out to him. And then people were coming up to me thinking I was him. And I guess I had a black jacket on because he was, he wears like a black leather. And they're coming up trying to take a picture. I was like, and once they realize it, oh, sorry, never mind. So I'm like, damn it.
God damn
You
it.
too short to be him.
He was like, yeah, I'm LMFAO's DJ. I'm famous.
Oh, man.
No, what if they said, oh, you're LMFAO's DJ, never mind. What if they said that?
Wow.
Yo, I remember when I celebrated your birthday like it was my birthday.
Yeah, and G-Eazy was performing.
G-Eazy was performing also.
That's when DJs started calling me G.
Yeah. I probably get DJ Khaled before I lost a little bit enough to differentiate myself from him.
Yeah.
And then I probably could, I don't know, I think when I was younger, they'd be like Fernando Valenzuela or, any chubby Hispanic
that's
guy.
racist.
The kid from Up,
The kid
Okay,
from
now we're being mean. Now we're being mean. Okay.
I'm okay with that. Belly buckets. I'm fine with that.
That's
I
crazy.
embrace my
That's
huskiness.
Okay.
I would give Rell all the time though, Chris Tucker from Friday, because
Yeah.
you'd always be wearing the navy with
the
the chain.
T-shirt with the chain.
Yeah,
I
for
literally
sure.
remember when we had the old MikiDz booth and we had the Friday poster in there? I literally have that picture.
Yeah,
doing
with
that.
yeah. You look real
I think
accurate.
it's easy what Sean got.
Yeah, I think we got Sean on. this.
We had some good times.
Yeah.
I think we all benefit from
Yeah, we all definitely did.
doppelganger. Yeah. So
But go ahead and tell the people
Sean,
just in
Sean,
case.
yeah.
Chris Brown and Trey
Easy.
Songz. Yeah.
Man,
Easy.
it
Chris
was-
Brown and Dre.
Man,
It's in the water.
we
Yeah.
ate off that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did. I'm not gonna lie, I
For
definitely
real.
benefit that.
For real.
People definitely took pictures with me as well. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird.
Your friend looks like Chris Brown. I said, I know. You want to take a picture with him? She was like, yeah. I was like, yo, go tell your friend to come over here too. Let's go.
Tell your friend to come over
We got
here, too.
exploited.
Uh-huh.
Like a
I'm
mug.
gonna use this shit to my advantage.
Yeah.
All right, next
What
question.
can you do for me?
Exactly. The next one was if your
If you
your
had a
life
theme song.
if your life had a theme song, what would it be? Or if you had a theme song, what would it be?
Can I pick a movie instead?
Mm-mm. You gotta pick a song,
Okay,
bro.
then I'll go
The
last.
question is a
This
song.
is not how it works.
Yeah, this one was hard. I don't think I.
What do you got?
Think I
Ron?
don't
Mine was there's two. It was either "So Ghetto" by Jay-Z, because you listen to the lyrics of that song, this is pretty much to a T, or Curtis Mayfield's "Pusher Man." Not because of the drugs, but because I'm a great middleman.
I'm not trying to incriminate myself.
Yeah. But if you really listen to the song about what he does, and he can provide you with things, I feel like, I listen. If I can't get it for you, I know someone who can get it for you. I'm a good middleman. It's just like,
Well, Joe thinks I'm gonna say Commons B. That intro, like that's just like feels like my vibe, my like how I'd want to start my day, and then the energy that comes to the end of the song.
I tell you, I still don't know.
Mr. Steal Your Girl.
There's gotta be a Gangstar song out there for me.
I thought it was gonna be an Ice Cube song.
No, there's gotta be a Gangstar. Well, I'm Substance as well. Okay.
Ice Cube.
So
Jr.
Ice Cube's not Substance?
I'm thinking more of like a I just
Ice Cube pull up on you. You listen to this podcast.
Sexy and I know it. Come on.
Come on, you know you.
Party Rock Anthem. It's me.
Yeah.
Party Rock Anthem. No, I just think Guru covered everything, and I don't know. I mean, yeah, you can say Ice Cube because sometimes when I think of Ice Cube, I think of the newer stuff. But I also wasn't black growing up in the early '90s or at all. And
But
that's
you thought you were. But you thought you were.
I wasn't black in the 90s. Oh, are you black now?
and that's what most of his. I think that's what I'm trying to say. That's where most of his substance was.
I see what you're saying.
I learned what a do-rag did from
All right,
Joe.
so how about this one? So
Joe had waves.
I'm gonna so let's go this route then. So we'll get more specific with it.
Joseph
If you were
Hero.
to get into a fight, what song would you want to hear? Right? Last round of a fight, right? You're in a boxing match, but listen, you got to win this round. We can play any song you want. It's a 3-minute round. You can play any song you want for you to go in.
Snoop, Pump Pump.
Ooh, that's a nice one.
Come on.
Okay.
I'm trying to dunk on people when I hear that song. Above the rim.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mine's just Biggie kicking the door.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think maybe Many Men.
50 Cent?
Yeah.
Ooh.
That reminds me of my senior year in high school, and that was like the only song me and Antoine, Duke. Yeah.
Duke!
We would literally, that song pre-game, every game. Death upon me. Let's go.
Hey, man. Conference semifinalist right there.
I had to exclude when I asked this question.
Hollywood.
When I asked this question last night, I
Sorry,
was telling people not to be so damn typical. Like I was like, I don't want to hear Ludacris move, bitch. I don't want to hear Trillville, Never Ever. Like
Nuck if you buck.
Yeah, Nuck if you
Fight
buck.
Night.
Like I was like, that shit's
Girl
typical.
fight. I don't know. I immediately
fight?
thought of girl fight.
But
I
believe
think
it or
somebody
not,
said, yeah.
believe it or not, no one said Bone Crusher's never scared.
That was
I
that was
like,
good too.
What?
That was high
Yo,
school.
that shit come on?
That shit during layup lines?
Boy.
Yeah, what was this? What was that first song?
We ready. Also,
Yeah.
we
Archie,
ready.
yeah, damn.
What was the movie that you were in for like
You
5
stupid.
minutes?
Stomp
the Yard?
Stomp the Yard. What was the song that they used at the battle in the beginning?
Crunkin', no?
Yeah. Was it? It was like a. Yeah. It was like a sample. This guy yelling. I don't know if it was
Oh,
Bone
yeah,
Crusher.
yeah. I know what you're talking about.
And then
It
you
was
had then
Bone
you
Crusher.
researched it and but it wasn't like a song that we all knew.
Nah, yeah, it was.
Now
It
we
was.
gotta look
I
it
think.
back up.
I think it was specifically made for like Crumpin'. Like,
Yeah.
what you call it. Sean didn't answer the question.
Minnie Riperton.
Excuse me?
Yeah,
Loving You,
listen, man. I don't need to get hyped.
Romanticist.
You
I
ready
don't
to
need
fight?
to get hyped if I'm in the moment. You know what I'm saying? I black out anyway. So,
Mhm.
but now that we boxing, I'm getting control of my anger issues.
Oh my God! Can you imagine? You in the court, we watching this shit. You be like, oh man, let's see what Sean does, and that song come on. What the fuck?
That's a slow motion song.
That's what I'm saying. It's just
Yeah.
everything slow down for me. I'm in the zone. Like I never get rattled. It don't matter what I'm doing. So
All right.
same thing.
Did you have another one, or was that the last one?
Nah, that was the last one.
All right. Good times. Globalization. Check us out.
Yes, sir.
Tuesdays.
8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Specific.
And that is it. No more announcements, right? Jetpack 15% off. Use coupon code MikiDz15 MikiDz15. Get 15% off your purchase.
Shout out to
Entire
Stress.
purchase.
Yeah, shout out to Stress,
Yes.
man. He rated us the other night, man, which was dope.
Yeah, and he popped in on my stream as well. So
Big ups.
big ups, great guy, and we will see you next week.
Peace.
Peace.